live from Kellenberg Memorial on this amazing day. It's our 4th annual Day of Giving, this April 4th, 2019. We're so happy to have you with us. I'm Jordan Bernhardy here to host, to lead the day for another year. But this year we are so happy and lucky to have with us co-host Kate Burns. Kate, great to have you here.
Thank you, Jordan. I am so excited to be here. It's going to be such a fun day. We have so many amazing segments planned for you. We've got a family coming, Kellenberg grads, here talking about their experience here at Kellenberg. We've got a live podcast from the Untitled Podcast Project, which is a student-run podcast here. We've got conversations on retreats and STEM, so many fun things in store.
We're also very lucky to be sharing with you a documentary today put together by our Kellenberg Memorial technical staff. It's called Running the Race, and it focuses on the family philosophy here at Kellenberg, all the great things it has to offer. We'll be highlighting everyone involved. It's a great segment. We're going to be airing it throughout the day in different segments, so you're going to want to stay tuned for that. Also, our schedule of events can be found on our website. You can head over to kellenberg.org/dayofgiving. You can check out our schedule of events for the day, and that's also where you can head over to our website and donate.
Now, the live podcast isn't the only thing we've got going on here. We've got a lot of fun things going on at school, like our student raffles and photo booths during all of the lunch periods. And most exciting, we are joined here live right now in the auditorium with our Day of Giving set with the class of 2019. Welcome, class of 2019.
It is great to have the class of 2019 here with us today. And now, to kick off our Day of Giving, let's welcome on our first panel of guests. We have Brother Kenneth Hoagland, the principal of Kellenberg Memorial High School. Next to him, Mr. Thomas Haggart, who is the Director of Alumni Relations. And then we are lucky to be joined today by 3 students of the class of 2019. Please welcome Danya Judy, William Hom, and John Ringus. Guys, thanks for being here today.
So, Brother Kenneth, what are some of the new exciting things happening here at Kellenberg?
Oh, we have a lot of things happening. Some of our retreat programs have really grown significantly over the course of the years. We've had not only homeroom retreats and divisional retreats, athletic retreats and activity retreats. So this year in October, on October 4th, we were able to purchase a piece of property in Islip. We have a new retreat house called Stella Maris. And so far, the 9th and 6th grade have had the opportunity to be out there, and a lot of other clubs have gone out there to do some service projects. So that's been a very exciting addition to our apostolic programs. We are also extending our academic programs, more particularly in the math and science areas. We have science seminars. We have some new science classes starting next year, engineering, astronomy. We have a health science class that began this year. We're going to do an advanced biology class. So we have a lot of different science programs that have added onto our program. We're up to 25 college credit electives for our students. So students can choose to get college credit for their senior year and some of their junior year courses. So that's been a big academic boost for us as well. And then activities, we've added 2 new sports. We have crew and we have hockey. Our hockey team was very successful this year. We've added clubs, psychology club, business and finance club. We've also have a health science club. So we're expanding some of those activities, robotics, that sort of service the needs of our students as they look forward.
That's amazing. It seems like there have been a lot of changes. So how would you say that Kellenberg has changed from 1987 to now in 2019?
Well, size-wise, we're from 1,500 students now to 2,600 students in the building, so that's been significant. We are just about catching up to some renovations in the building. The building was built in 1966, so to accommodate the increase of students, last summer we renovated our locker rooms, and the track has just been renovated. It finally got striped this week, so we're ready for a spring track. And this summer we're going to be doing some renovations, but you'll need to tune in at 8 o'clock tonight to find out more about those.
Brother Kenneth, describe some alumni stories that you've heard from all of our alumni giving back, supporting Kellenberg.
Well, about 4 years ago, we started our annual appeal, and what's been really exciting for me over the course of that 4 years is the response of the alumni to be able to give back. So the annual appeal has been a great success, and more importantly, opportunities for alumni to reconnect. So every thank you letter I sign, and I try to include some type of a personal note in there. Having been around, for the history of Kellenberg, it's nice to be able to reconnect with graduates from the late 80s, 90s, 2000s, and on. I think one of the more moving donations was a graduate. Her name was Barbara, and she was early 90s, and her family fell into a little bit of financial difficulty, so she wasn't able to pay her tuition. So she started working at Kellenberg, and she was trying to pay off her tuition that way. And she said if she could still graduate, she would continue to come back on summers and college break to continue to work here. And so we agreed to that. And it got to a point where her second year of college, third year of college, she was still coming back. Finally, we said to her, Barbara, you've done more than enough. We'll forgive the rest of the debt. So about, I guess it was 2 years ago, she works in Nevada now. She has a very successful job, has a family. She wrote me a letter saying, you forgave this debt, a while ago, but now I have an opportunity to give back. But she remembered her years at Kellenberg. She was grateful for her years at Kellenberg, and just wanted to be able to give back. And she lived in Nevada. Her children are there, so her only reason for giving back was because of her gratitude. We have other graduates like Stephanie Williams. She gives every year. She gives a monthly donation. Some graduates even at $10 or $15, just a participation, to be able to reconnect and say, these 4 years of high school were so important to me. I want to be able to give back to the next generation. So, but we also see it other ways. When graduates go off to college and they volunteer, when you get a letter from a parent like Sal Gerlando's mom one time wrote me a letter. He's graduating from Catholic U this year. Talks about how he goes out for midnight runs to help the homeless, to feed the homeless in the Washington, D.C. area. And for her to say, he learned that here in terms of service orientation. Or Elizabeth Killian, what she's doing at Marquette as a junior at Marquette. Adriana Duggan just graduated from Notre Dame. She's doing a year of service in Denver with Catholic Charities. So we've had a number of graduates, Claire Carroll, Kiran Swami, Ricky Willie, have gone to the Solomon Islands to help out with Father Tom's brother. Kim Hutchinson joined the Peace Corps. So that's another way of giving back, which we're very, very happy to see.
Mr. Haggart, question for you. Describe your time here, how long you've been here, some of your best memories, and the changes that you've seen.
Well, I've been here over 30 years. To me, it's all about the connections you make. So some of my best memories now are now seeing our second generation come through, where people that I taught are now sending their students here. So I'm very excited about that because I can reconnect with their parents who I taught 25, 30 years ago and had their sons and daughters in class or study hall or things like that. So that's very exciting. And I think, the nice thing about being in the alumni world is that you get to stay in touch with all these people that you had such a strong bond with when they were here in high school. So we like to emphasize that the relationship doesn't end after graduation, not just with me, but with all the faculty here and the administration, that we want to stay connected to you and we want you to stay connected to us as the years go by.
Now, Mr. Haggart, why should not just alumni, but students and parents, other members of the Kellenberg community give back and donate?
One thing I tried to emphasize with the seniors with the class gift this year is that spirit of gratitude that Brother Kenneth was talking about. If you've been here as long as I've been here, you see the major growth of this place. It's remarkable. And that's all due to the support of the current students and their parents, and in previous generations of parents and students. So I always say this school is great. We want to maintain that greatness, and we want to take it to even further places, even greater places in the future. And that's why everyone's involvement is so important.
Now, seniors, what have you gotten involved with here at Kellenberg?
So I feel like I do a lot of different stuff. So there's not just one type of thing that I do. So I'm in SPICE, which is the service club here. You guys all know that. I'm also a Eucharistic minister. I'm in Business and Finance Club. What else? I was on junior retreat staff. I'm Mary's mentor. So there's a lot of different types of clubs in my repertoire.
So,
I am very involved in Model UN, Science Olympiad. I'm a Mary's mentor for a 6th grade class, and they're the best part of my day. So I also am very involved in newspaper club and book club, so I like to do a wide variety of things.
I've been involved in football for 4 years at Kellenberg. I was a member of junior retreat staff. I'm a Mariners mentor for a group of freshmen. I'm a homeroom rep, and I've really enjoyed my club's activities here.
And guys, what about Kellenberg makes it such a special place? We'll start with you.
To me, I came to the school with no friends, and I was really embraced by my teachers, and they saw potential in me, and they've pushed me to grow to that potential, and I would not be who I am today without this school.
For me, it has a lot to do with the teachers who took the time to make sure that I was getting the things I needed and push me towards a better person. And it's kind of been just a great place for me to grow as a person on almost every aspect, faith-wise especially. Coming from a school that was already Catholic, I was more comfortable being involved in my faith, but this place really made it something personal to me and made it so like I have my faith to carry with me for the rest of my life.
I think the community is very loving, I guess I should say, because everyone I've met is super nice. You can talk to anyone, the teachers, students, all like.
You guys are seniors, you're graduating this year, heading off to college.
Yeah.
What are the plans for next year?
Right now, I don't know where I'm going, and we're not going to talk about it. I want to study finance, so wherever I end up, hopefully I'll be doing that. And I know Kellenberg has given me some great values and lessons that I'll carry on.
I'm kind of undecided. I'm between Colgate and Fordham, so I hope to study international relations with a minor in bio, so we'll see how that works out. It's a weird combination, but I'll figure it out.
I'm also undecided. I figure I'm just going to go to college with what Kellenberg has taught me, and I'll be fine wherever I end up.
perfect. It'll all work out. I can tell you that from both of our experiences.
I hope so.
So why did you guys choose to give back?
Well, I've been in this school this is my 7th year. I came as a 6th grader, and I wouldn't be the person I am today without Kellenberg. That's cheesy, but it's true. I've grown so much. All my major years of growth have been in Kellenberg, and I think they really set me on the right path. Not to gloat, but I think I'm pretty good. So I think I want to give back because they gave to me.
Yeah, pretty similar. I have had a lot of people, especially teachers and like students, who made a huge impact in who I am today. And I'm so proud of who I am coming from freshman year to now. There's a lot of changes, a lot of things that like I know would not be if I hadn't had people who took the time to invest in me. So I wanted to make sure, especially having a brother that's a freshman, I wanted to make sure that I get to see him have the same opportunities that I did and kind of pay it forward, so.
I came in freshman year, and since then, I've changed so much, and I think that giving back really gives someone else an opportunity to grow as much as I did.
Amazing. Now, Brother Kenneth, I know you have a special message for all of the seniors here. Do you want to
Sure.
take it away?
You just heard from the three of you that I think represent the whole class. And Catherine Siena has a great phrase. She says, "Be the person God intended you to be, and you will set the world on fire." And I think that's what our graduates do in their own way. They become the person God intended them to be. And so my advice to you is to continue to grow into the person that God wants you to be, because you will make a difference in the world. When you were incoming freshmen, we had an open house for accepted candidates. And at that time I said, you remember this, but 8th grade, I said, well, Kellenberg is a young school. We're making history here. You can be part of that history and part of that legacy. And the whole class, yeah, you are part of that history. You're 4 years of that history that will never be the same. Kellenberg will never be the same because of what you contributed to it. So you took up that challenge. You became students at Kellenberg, and you really demonstrated a certain generosity, a certain grace, a certain commitment One thing that always strikes me about Kellenberg students, and you guys embraced it so significantly, was when Kellenberg shows up, we show up in great numbers. The generosity of time, of talent, of contributing, of being a part of the group is something that I think is very consistent with this class, with your class, 2019. And that's part of the legacy that you guys will carry forth. And you've put Kellenberg on the map because of your generosity of time and talent. And we are grateful for that. At orientation this past Saturday, I told the freshmen, the incoming freshmen, and the same message I gave to you when you were incoming freshmen. I used the image of a greenhouse, the Kellenberg greenhouse, and how we control and create the atmosphere to create optimal conditions for your growth. And you've all responded well. And the last part of that message was that when you're ready to leave the greenhouse, because no plant stays in a greenhouse, it's meant to be planted out into the world. No student is meant to stay in high school. You're meant to go out into the world. You always, when you bring the plant out of the greenhouse, you take a part of the soil with it. You don't strip the soil of all, the roots of all the soil. You take part of the greenhouse soil and put it into wherever you're planting this seedling. And that's a good image for all of you. You will take part of Kellenberg with you. The person you are is a result of 4 years or 7 years of nurturing. And you'll bring that part of Kellenberg into the world. And I think that's how you set the world on fire, as St. Catherine says. You will set the world on fire by bringing what you learned and the person you are as you developed as a student at Kellenberg. So my message is, everything that you learned, continue to be the person God intended you to be, and bring that part of Kellenberg that nurtured you into the world, into college, into your workplace, into your families, into your future.
And Brother Kenneth. Yeah. So this year, maybe 2 months ago, Kellenberg has the famous dog, right, Tobit. You want to say a few words?
Yeah, so Tobit was a 12-year legacy here, so you're a 4-year or a 7-year legacy. And when you think about Kellenberg being 32 years old, Tobit was around for 12 years, lived well. I'm a little worried about enrollment because so many people told me after he died that my son or my daughter came to Kellenberg because of Tobit. And so Beato, the new dog, has big paws to fill. But Mr. Harris and his crew did a nice tribute to them. And he's a legacy. He's part of that history, and just as you were part of the history of Kellenberg. So I'm grateful to the technical staff for putting this little tribute to Tobit together. So thanks.
We have the privilege of presenting the class gift. The class of 2019 is presenting a class gift, which most of them contributed to for our Day of Giving. Guys, do you want to reveal the check?
Nice.
Look at that, guys. $1,141.95. Guys, you should be clapping for yourselves. That's awesome. Great job to you guys. Thank you so much.
So we want to thank you all for being here today. Adanya, Will, John, thank you so much for being here. Mr. Haggart, thank you so much. And Brother Kenneth, thank you. And we'll see you again later tonight for our grand finale at 8, Brother Ken.
And
We're
thank you
so
to the senior
excited.
class.
Yes, and thank you to our senior class for being here and for donating so much.
All right, guys. Coming up next at 10 o'clock, you're going to want to stay with us. We continue to track our donation total. It keeps rising. We're going to keep tracking that all day long. We also will be talking with the Ilardi family. They have 4 boys who all went through Kellenberg. Their last is graduating this year. They'll be speaking to us on how Kellenberg has impacted their family over these last 11 years. And of course, we're encouraging everyone to participate in our Day of Giving. Remember, it's not about the amount of money. It's the fact that you participate, that you join us in giving back to our school. This year, the goal, we're looking for 1,000 total donors, especially as many new ones as we can get. And we would love to hit our $87,000 goal so we can top off that thermometer that you're going to see on your screen. So we will see you back here at 10 o'clock. But first,
we leave you with a message from Tara Joyce, class of 2006, who gives a heartfelt testimonial about her 4 years at Kellenberg and how it prepared her for her career at News 12. See you at 10.
So my name is Tara Joyce, and I graduated from Kellenberg back in 2006. Kellenberg has grown tremendously in the space that I'm now involved in. So I'm a news anchor for News 12. I do the Westchester and Long Island regions. And I think that I wish certainly some of the stuff that's there now was there when I was there to take advantage of. And I didn't take advantage of a lot of the stuff that they did have when I was there. I kind of could have done even more to prepare. I think Kellenberg just helped to build my confidence so much. Making soccer at Kellenberg was probably one of the most exciting moments of my life. I mean, there was only, when I was there, a JV and a varsity team. There was a ton of girls trying out to be on the team, and they got a lot of girls. And I remember, you know, wanting so bad to be a part of this. It was the first thing. I didn't go to the Latin school, so it was like the way that I was gonna meet people and make friends, and I was so scared about what was gonna happen. And just being a part of that team and meeting people, it started this whole trajectory of what I could accomplish at Kellenberg. And that was just the start. I mean, from there, it was sky's the limit kind of a thing. I remember senior year when we had like our final assembly, and Kellenberg gave out these boxes to all the seniors. And in our box, there was this really pretty like heart shaped kind of sun catcher that you would hang and stuff. And also in there was a little piece of paper, and it said Kellenberg's phone number on it. And it said, if you ever need help, to call Kellenberg. And I remember like getting it at the time and looking at it and being like, and say what? You know, like what do you do with this phone number? And looking back, what other school does that for their seniors? What other school tells you this is your home forever? And that's why it is so important that we don't forget what our experience was like there. It was 4 years for some of us, it was longer with the Latin school, and it was 4 years that changed us forever. So class of 2006, it is my turn to challenge you to step up this year. If you haven't before, now is a great opportunity to consider donating to a school that we all know and love so much. Maybe you haven't been there in a while, maybe you haven't felt that personal connection, but there is always a time to reconnect, and this is it. So if you can, dig into your wallet, but more importantly, dig into your heart. It is not about a dollar amount. It is not about giving more than your friends. It is not about getting recognition or your name in a book. It is about contributing to the place that has given so much to us.